So just to make sure that you're familiar with the names of all the different shapes, there are some basic starter questions here. We've got to think of a four-sided shape that is four-sided shape that has opposite sides that are equal and parallel. So we've got to know what parallel means. That means two lines that go in the same direction like that, and it's shown with these two arrows, and it means that they will never cross. So we have two opposite sides that are equal and parallel. Well, if we have two opposite sides, let's say these two, they're going to be parallel and equal in length. So we could join this up either to make a parallelogram, which would make it a sort of slanted square like that, where these are parallel as well, and we show that it's parallel in a different direction now with two arrows. So we have a parallelogram, which is spelt with two parallel lines in the middle of it. There you go, E-L-O. That's the parallelogram. You could also make it such that these are all the same length, and if that's the case, it's a rhombus. And of course, these could be right angles, which would make it either an oblong or a square. So they're the four different shapes you could have with part A. With part B, where all the sides are equal, it doesn't say anything about it being parallel now. But with B, all sides equal, you would say it could be a rhombus, which is a sort of a diamond shape, which actually does have pairs of parallel sides. So you've got the rhombus, or the square. You couldn't have the oblong, because then they wouldn't be equal, and the parallelogram wouldn't work. I mean, a rhombus is a parallelogram, but you could have a parallelogram that doesn't have all equal sides. So these are the only two viable options for B. And for C, it says two adjacent angles. Adjacent means next to. So two angles that are next to each other are right angles. Well, you could have one right angle there, and the next one's got to be a right angle. What shape could follow that? You could have three, in fact. You could have one with a square. So you've got the square. You could elongate it and make it oblong. Or you could, in fact, you could join it like this, which would make it a trapezium.